Hi Aquarius, this is Professional High Priestess, and I'm here to do your December 2022 reading. Okay, so this is going to be for Aquarius. I'm someone rising Mercury or North Node. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. This is just for Aquarius. Okay, someone rising Mercury or North Node. Happy December, it's the end of the year. This is just for Aquarius, someone rising Mercury or North Node. Okay, Aquarius, push and pull here. I feel like there's energies that are not merging, and I feel like somebody is trying to pull energies together and they're not supposed to be there, and then push energies apart that are supposed to be there. I feel like somebody's like at war with themselves and at war with gravity. I feel like there's an individual that just doesn't understand when something is done. Aquarius, it could be you or somebody or a cross watcher. I'm seeing that there's like a situation that was orchestrated because of this like lack of awareness of the push and the pull, and or the friction that it created and how that then manifested in terms of like social dramas I'm seeing here, or financial dramas or professional dramas. And I see that this whole wanting to pull things together when they're not supposed to be there and pull things apart when they're not supposed to be apart is ruining somebody right now. And they're realizing that they shouldn't have even have gone down that road. I see that this is stemming from like some type of childhood issue, but it's very juvenile. Like it's the mind of like a karmic or an illegal or an elemental. They don't really think in balance terms. So I see there's some type of imbalance here. And then because of that, there's an energy here that they can't obtain. And all this pulling apart and pushing together and doing this and doing that is to obtain this energy here too. But that's been lost. I see here that somebody's also like really weighing like the long-term consequences of like their sexual decisions, like and reproductive decisions. But in the sense that like, oh, I created a person, they have to go into the world now. Now I'm seeing why I shouldn't have made silly decisions or foolish decisions with my parts or my mind or my access or my whatever early on. I see that coming up. I see an energy oozing and radiating from like a biological source, like you being able to feel somebody's DNA or sense their blood or understand their energy or know their nervous system. It's like on that level, that's where understanding is going to. I see like because Aquarius are over the 11th house, so I see like even in your house matters. This can be your sun sign or your rising sign, or if you have any type of Aquarius placement, because you're still going to be impacted in Saturn. There's like a lot of karma coming down, as well as a lot of judgment and a lot of organization coming down around interacting in society, interacting with individuals, groups, and yourself, and that there's a maturity in how you come towards that. And this could be you that did that push and pull, you're here now, or this could be you have experienced that push and pull, you're here now, or this could have nothing to do with you. You didn't experience that dynamic, and you're just realizing that as you're like dealing with 11th house matters. Aquarius is what I'm seeing here. I see a lot of maturity and growth. I see a lot of wanting to grow and a lot of like processing why there was not growth in the past. That coming out too. Aquarius, I see the awareness of like immature feminine energy or immature masculine energy on both sides. I see a wanting to mature and get to the highest point. You got the magician and the death card here, right? So this would be like the death priestess and the magician that like always is finding ways to bring life into the reality. And these energies not repelling each other but working in unison. So you realizing, oh, okay, do I want which one am I going to work on to be able to embody both? Realizing that it's not one or the other. And then this push and pull thing, realizing that it's bringing death, and then they're being in the magician, like that sociopathic energy. Whoever's in this push and pull energy, and then also pull to death to that magician, which is that sociopathic energy, that manipulative energy, that doing too much type of energy, that sickening type of energy, that manipulative type of energy, conniving, plotting, planning with individuals or groups, that coming down. And I see judgment coming down for this push and pull on an individual level and also group level. It could be like a thought process among a group, and that's very difficult. And how that has gotten them into things together, because there's this cowrie shell that was left here and this one left here. So that means that there's energies that are similar in both situations that are working here, but in their respective corners, when you get them alone, they are different in some ways, but they're a part of a similar system. I see somebody coming to their awareness that they're being impacted by several different forces all at once too, like coming to the realization that there needs to be an organization in terms of in your warfare. Aquarius, that's what I'm seeing here. And I see this thing with groups coming up again for you, like needing to be mindful of groups. I see that coming down here too, the realization to in a group that there's like a leech, and then there's other people who are bringing in, there's one that's always benefiting in the group. I see a maturing in that energy. It has to, a necessary maturing. I see harsh maturing. Like I don't have a choice but to get a job and do this, since I'm homeless now. I don't have a choice but to, I see that here, Aquarius. Messages for Aquarius. Someone rising Mercury and North Node. And you got the High Priestess that's here. Yeah, exactly. And you got the Hermit card. And then here, I'm seeing Seven of Wands. Right. There's a spiritual defense here too. There's like a block against this push and pull with the High Priestess here. Like I see this coming from a mile away, and then the Hermit also coming too, as well. This masculine and feminine energy, and this is what I was talking about too. To deal with this push and pull energy, I see a rectification of an imbalanced thought pattern, or somebody that's putting out ways of thinking and doing that are very imbalanced, or chaotic, or violent, or destructive, or bring grief, or chaos, or strife, or stuff like that. I see that energy being contained, that's causing this unnecessary push and pull and this delusional nonsense I'm seeing here, Aquarius. I see a lot of change coming in this energy, but this energy trying to stop the change from coming, and it's still going to come regardless. But I do see that there's going to be like a rectification in regards to how this energy has been doing this pull and push and pull, remove and put together, this and that, and how it's created chaos. And they have to look at this chaos too. I see somebody that's been like a mastermind in a group or a leader looking back on what they've created, like, okay, this is not okay. But I see somebody now realizing that when you have this, is like, it's like not something to play with, but it's actually like a duty or responsibility. Sometimes it can be stress. Somebody misabuse that, and it's not created imbalance here. And then the High Priestess and the Hierophant mean that there's energies I've been watching here. Ancestors too. There could be an element of like culture here too, in influence. There could be the element of culture mixing with other maladaptive thought patterns, and then creating cultural specific type of maladaptive thought patterns, like race specific misogyny, or gender specific like mental health problems or violence, right? Like, or ethnic based social dynamics, or gender dynamics, or economic dynamics, or things like that, or religious dynamics, whatever that is. I see that happening here too with the High Priest and the Hermit, and then the Seven of Wands too. Also bringing some of that energy forth, meaning that there's other forces at work here that are stopping this push and pull from creating other influence in other people's lives. So that's a good thing. But this push and pull is going to have to get into the Seven of Wands, Aquarius. Because this Seven of Wands is Leo energy, your opposition. So it's air and fire, like working with each other is what I'm seeing in this reading. The fire is having a great time moving forward. It's air is going to catch up, because in that those two elements, they can be very destructive when they're exposed to one another, or they can very much work in harmony, because fire does find itself coming more into the air element through in certain forms. Certain types of fire, like violet flame and the golden flame, they come with the air intelligence. So there's a merging of elements here too, or individuals trying to force an element to merge here or change its way of being, and their backlash, Seven of Wands blocked from that. There could be some of that too. A pushback against maladaptive thought patterns and ways of being informed. Aquarius is what I'm seeing here too, and that's what this Hierophant and this Hermit and this High Priestess is what I'm seeing here. And then, like I was saying, like cultural specific, gender specific, race, geopolitics, all that type of stuff, that coming to a head too. Like realizing that there's some things very multi-layered and no longer being able to like simplify it, and that coming to a head. And then the Seven of Wands, like opposition against somebody trying to weave plans in here and put nets here and mesh here and traps here and booby traps there and things like that, and that backfiring, right? And they're being pushed back against this merging, or this trying to be forced, or anything that's trying to create interference, that being stopped immediately by strikes. What's the Seven of Wands? What's the Seven of Wands? What's the Seven of Wands? You got the Magician, and this is what I was talking about right here. The Magician's getting blocked, right? Aquarius. This maladaptive thought pattern, this illness, this delusional shit, this nonsense coming to an end. With bad way of thinking, violent, destructive, reckless sexually, rampant, abusive in several ways in their abundance and the use of their intellect and the use of their apparatuses. You've got the Three of Swords here, right? In the useless in the use of their resources. It's over here for somebody. And then I'm also seeing here too, like the end of third parties being cute. That's another thing I'm seeing here too, Aquarius. It's like, that's over with. I'm seeing that in the cards, that there could have been some like commotion created because of that with the High Priestess and the Hermit here. And because of whatever that is, there was an energy that was invoked. It could have been a woman that passed away and gone to the spiritual realm, a man that passed away, gone to the spiritual realm. If there wasn't a magician involved in somebody's passing, they're going to end up having to turn into this green person. And that's like oozing green toxic going down into those worlds, right? Like you're in the dua, but you're not the one that's like maintaining and servicing it. No. I see somebody wanting to have a title that they were not supposed to be having or didn't earn, and it bringing like chaos and destruction as they're trying to hold that title. It's like eating them alive. That's what I'm seeing here, Aquarius. All right, so that's what I have for you. Thank you for watching. Bye.